See how easy that is? When you run restaurants and you do thousands of these a year, you figure out the best way. Hey everybody, it's Rick Orlando and I'm here with episode 3 of Field Goods Kitchen. I'll be using all these delicious ingredients, fresh and local, delivered to your door from Field Goods to make a really cool butternut squash hummus for you. Say, what? Butternut squash hummus? Listen, butternut squash is everywhere, and after you've made your soup and you've made your risotto and your ravioli and your pasta and your salad, what else are you going to do with it? I'm going to show you how to make beautiful butternut squash hummus, and once the butternut squash is roasted, the dish only takes 5 minutes. So look, a lot of people say to me, how do you tackle this big guy here without worrying about cutting your hands off? Let me show you a little restaurant tip. Lay it on its side. Always have a good French chef knife. You should have one. If you don't have one, go get one, because if you want to cook, you need tools. Now, cut off the top. Okay? We don't need that unless we want to wear it. Then, cut off the bottom. Just like that. So it stands. Now look at it. It's solid. It's standing. We're going to take our knife. Our palm is up. And we just go right down and through like that. See how easy that is? When you run restaurants and you do thousands of these a year, you figure out the best way. So we're going to cook half of one of these guys right now to make our hummus. And we don't want it to get all mushy and brown. We want to get some nice sweetness out of it. We want to keep its vibrant color. So I'm scraping out the seeds. And I'm just going to take a little cookie sheet, no oil, no salt and pepper, blank, right into the oven. 35 to 45 minutes later, that oven's at about 325, 350. I have this beautiful, soft, creamy, roasted, but not overly sugary, delicious butternut squash. So now I'm going to take it to the next level. Tierra Farms has a great selection of nuts and seeds, and one of my favorites is organic sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds are never GMO, they're sustainable, they're great for you, they're traditional. We're going to make tahini out of sunflower seeds. You may have tahini in the cabinet, and if so, feel free to use it, but this is a cool trick. So, in doing this, I have two machines here, a food processor and a blender. Why do I have both? They have different purposes. They seem the same, but they're not. A food processor is going to whip things, chop them, and get them nice and aerated. A blender pulls them down in a vortex. So for making something fine, such as a tahini, we want a blender. So look, and this is an old school blender. I repurpose stuff. I got this at, I don't know, a yard sale or something for $10. I've got a couple of them. They're my favorites. I've got high-powered commercial ones, but you don't need to see those. You can play with the osterizer. Look, this is about a half a cup of sunflower seeds. We're going to go a little less than equal parts sunflower seed oil. One of the greatest products is sunflower seed oil, and this is Susquehanna Mills. You have to have it in your kitchen. People say, what can I cook in that's a neutral oil that is not extra virgin olive oil, that doesn't have any flavor? And I say, you know what? Sunflower seed oil is the way to go. This is beautiful. It's got a little toasty flavor. I use it all the time. All right, the other thing we're going to add to this is a little bit of water just to help emulsify it. And ready for the noise? We're going to turn on the blender and let her rip. High speed, get the air in there, let it really rip, and let it just get nice and fluffy. You can see if you did that in a food processor, it would take hours. It's going to take just minutes. We have a beautiful sunflower seed tahini right here. Oh, look at that. That looks pretty. Actually, it looks like tahini a little bit now, doesn't it? Instead of sesame seeds, it's sunflower seeds. So now I'm going to show you how easy it is to make this delicious hummus. This hummus is a big hit at Thanksgiving, any party. I know we're not having a lot of big parties, but if you're having a couple of people over, family, we want to do that. So let's move it over to the food processor now. What we're going to do is we're going to put our tahini right in there, and we're going to put butternut squash in there. We want to go about 2 parts butternut squash, no skin, please. 2 parts butternut squash to 1 part tahini to keep that nutty flavor that hummus is known for, right? Which is fantastic. All right, look, we got that in there. Let's move this, and let's get my trusty hand towel. Now, we want to add some flavor to this, right? So before we add any salt, we're going to add citrus. But instead of using lemon, we're going to use limes. Because to me, limes and pumpkin, limes and butternut squash, they're really Native American, they're Mexican, they're Central American. It's a great flavor combo. The lime kind of cuts the sweetness a little bit. Now we're going to add some sazon, some seasoning. I have here some allspice, Jamaican allspice. Allspice is kind of like a cross between clove and cinnamon. And then you can use in this pumpkin spice, or you can use garam masala. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cinnamon, clove, cardamom, coriander, and cumin. And we're going to put that in there. Okay? So what do we have? We have sunflower seed, tahini, butternut squash, our seasoning, no garlic. We're going to use a little sunflower oil, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to pull this together and how we're going to plate this up. Let's get the Cuisinart in there. Food processor 101. Lid on. And let's let it really rip for a while to get it nice and fluffy. But I'm going to show you the secret of fluffy hummus. And the secret of so many things is water. Water is an ingredient. So what we're going to do, you notice I didn't add salt. If you look here, I'm adding some kosher salt to some tepid water. I'm giving it a good stir. I want this to be like tears, like mild seawater. And that way, when I add this water to the hummus, the flavor of the salt's going to distribute itself through the entire thing instead of having like a pocket of salt and a pocket of not. So a little water, about 1/4 cup. Going to get some real fluffiness into this guy. So beautiful. One of my absolute favorite fall appetizer dishes. Let's bring it over. Bring it over to our beautiful bowl. I'll show you how I like to plate this stuff. So, look at how fluffy this is. The water and the oil together. Put it in your little bowl like so. Take your spoon, make a little nest, and now what we're going to do is we're kind of bridging, right? We're going to take our little spices that we used, our allspice, our garam masala, and we have some toasted pumpkin seeds, toasted and already ready to go. Stony Brook brand from Field Goods, of course. I'm going to put some pumpkin seeds on there. And we'll serve this as an appetizer with what? Oh, with some beautiful Pugliani olives. I've got so we have from Gluten Free Bakery, gluten-free rusks. The way we make rusks is you basically make toast, cut it into strips, and let them dry out. That's a good rusk. So that's a gluten-free dipper. We have these beautiful Isa's pita chips. And then the last thing I made, which is kind of fun and a little offbeat, is I took some delicata squash and just baked it in the oven when I sliced it thinly, baked it right next to these butternut squash, and they got crispy and delicious, so they make a nice little round dipper. So I'm Rick Orlando. You've been watching Field Goods Kitchen. Go to field-goods.com. All of these magnificent ingredients can be delivered to your door or to a community pickup spot near you. I'm really enjoying doing these videos and getting my hands on all these great products to cook for you. So keep following this. Support Field Goods. Go to their website. Get your order in now, and you'll be able to get a delivery by next week. I'm Rick Orlando. Thank you very much.